Today I want to talk to you about different methods you can use to help keep on track and finish your own book manuscript. Hey everyone, this is Kyle from moneyathirty.com and the author of The E-Ticket Life. First, let me say that writing a full-length book manuscript is a major project that will take time and effort. But if you're determined, organized, and focused, you can make it happen. So with that, let's dive into 3 different techniques and methods people use to keep themselves on track. Keep in mind that every writer is different, and there's pros and cons to all 3 of these. So really, it's about finding what works for you. The first plan of attack is to set a length-based goal for your writing each day. This could be word count, page count, or even different chapters. One of the pros here is that it's really easy to see the progress you're making, especially if you already have an outline for your book, and see how you're progressing towards the end. This will not only allow you to celebrate each day when you reach your goal, but also keep you motivated to continue since you can obviously see the progress you're making. One downside, or perhaps another upside depending on how you look at it, is that your days could be a little bit different in length. Either you write faster one day and slower another, or maybe some of your chapters are shorter than others. Of course, you can always account for this by writing some extra one day, or maybe going back and reviewing some of your other work if you do end up with extra time in a day. Speaking of time, another popular method is just to set aside a certain amount of your day and devote that towards writing. For example, maybe your goal is just to spend 3 or 4 hours of every weekday working on your manuscript. This could either be the exact same time each day, or maybe, depending on your schedule, you just fit it in when you can. On that note, your time goal doesn't have to be nearly that high. If all you can fit in is a few minutes a day, do that. It's better than doing nothing. If you're concerned that a length-based goal might give you too much free time, this will help correct that problem. One downside to only concerning yourself with the amount of time you spend writing, though, is that it doesn't necessarily account for what you spend your time on. For example, if you convince yourself you're going to work from noon to 4 each day, you might find yourself getting distracted or taking extra breaks or veering off in different directions and still counting that towards your goal. That's a problem that our third method seeks to rectify. The Pomodoro Method is a productivity hack that came to popularity in the 90s. Basically, under this method, you set a timer for 25 minutes and work during that entire time, and then take a 5-minute break afterwards. Each one of these 25-minute sections is called a Pomodoro. Additionally, after you complete 4 Pomodoros, you should take a 15 to 30-minute break. Obviously, the benefit here is that hopefully you'll be able to keep better focus during those 25 minutes. However, some writers might find that this is actually too strict. Additionally, taking forced breaks might actually interrupt you during a particularly creative time when you could have just kept going. This actually brings me to my final point, which is no matter which method you choose, be sure to take advantage when inspiration hits. When you come up with a great idea for your book, or perhaps even some story breakthrough that you feel compelled to go write at that moment, that's often going to be some of your best work. It should also be noted that if you do end up missing one of your goals, you shouldn't beat yourself up too hard about it. The most important thing is just to get back in the habit and complete your book. So I hope this look at different methods for staying focused and finishing your manuscript comes in handy. And for more tips on writing and publishing your own book, be sure to check out moneyathirty.com.